Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are continuing our previous year question solving of mathematics CUET exam last year paper. So without any delay, let's get started. So we have already done 15 questions, continuing with the question number 16. Okay, so what is he asking? He's asking the rate of change of the total surface area of hemisphere with respect to radius. Okay, so what is the total surface area of hemisphere? So TSA is 3 pi r square, right? Now he is asking you about rate of change. That means he is asking you about derivative with respect to r. So that means you need dA over dr. Okay, so with respect to r, if you are differentiating r square, what you get? You'll get 3 pi, which is just a constant, into 2r, or you can write 6 pi r. Okay, now he's telling you the value of r is cube root of 1.331. So cube root of 1.331 is just 1.1. So if you plug in r equals to 1.1, so at r equals to 1.1, you will get 6 pi into 1.1, which is 6.6 pi, right? So which is option number 2, the correct option for this question, right? Easy question. Let's move to question number 17. The area of region bounded by these lines x equals to 0 and y equals to 0. So x equals to 0 and y equals to 0. These are just the coordinate axes. Okay, what about this line? So we have to convert it into intercept form. X upon something, y upon something equals to 1. Okay, I have to divide by 4 both sides. So divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. What you'll get is, so this will convert it into x upon 28 root 3a plus y upon 4b equals to 1. Now, how does this line looks on xy plane? So here you have x-axis, y-axis. Okay, if x equals to 0, then y equals to 4b, right? So basically you have y-intercept, which is 4b. So this length is just 4b. And then if y equals to 0, then you have x equals to 28 root 3, right? These are just the x-intercept and y-intercept. So 28 root 3 is here, and this distance is 28 root 3. Now what is the line joining these 2 points? Here, right? This is the line joining these 2 points. Now we need the area of this triangle. How do we find the area of triangle? It is just half into base into height, right? So it is half into base into height. Okay, so base is 28 root 3a and height is 4b. So if you cancel out, what you get is, so 2 cancels out, so finally you get 56 root 3ab. Okay, which is the correct option number 1, 56 root 3ab. Okay, so I haven't used integration. If you are good with geometry, you can use that. Okay, next question. If A is a square matrix, I is the identity matrix, A square is A. Okay, so he's given A square equals to A. What do you mean by A square equals to A? Then what about cubes? So A cube will be equals to A square, but A square was already equal to A, so A cube equals A square equals to A, right? This is the information we have. So what about 2A cube? 2A cube is nothing but 2A. So this is just 2A because A cube equals to A. Now what about I minus 2A whole cube? So we have to open cube. Okay, so A times, what about I minus 2A whole cube? So it will be I cube minus 2A cube minus 3 times I into 2A, which gives you 6 times A, and then I minus 2A. Basically I used A minus B whole cube. So next, identity cube is just identity. 2 cube is 8, A cube is A, then you have 6 times A plus 12 times A square if I open the brackets. Okay, so A cube is just A square is just A, so I will replace them by A. So minus 8A minus 6A plus 12A, and finally you get A times I minus 14 plus 12, which gives you minus 2. And if you open the brackets, you get AI minus 2A square, which is finally A minus 2A, because A square is again A, so you get minus of A. So this thing is minus of A right here, and this thing is 2A, so minus A plus 2A, which gives you, so this is minus A and this is 2A. So final answer is option 4, A. Okay, so again just the algebra of matrices, and which gives you option 4. Okay, I hope this makes sense. These are just easy questions based on algebra of matrices. Okay, let's quickly move to question number 19. So we need to solve this integral. How do we solve this integral? So we take e to the power x common from numerator and denominator, right? So then you are left with e to the power x minus e to the minus x upon e to the power x plus e to the power minus x dx, right? And then you put the denominator equals to t. So if the denominator is t, then its derivative is present on the numerator, right? The numerator series is this. So if we put e power x plus e power minus x equals to t, then what do you have? you have e to the power x plus e to the power minus x into minus 1. So I'll simply write this into dx equals to dt. I differentiate both sides. So this thing turns out to be dt and this is t. So basically you are left with dt over t, which gives you log t. Okay. Then what about t? T is nothing but log of e to the power x plus e to the power minus x. And now you have to plug in the values, the upper limit and the lower limit. So if you put here, what is e to the power log 3, which is just 3, and what about minus of x? So that will be 1 by 3, right? So that will be 3 plus 1 by 3 inside the log. So you have log 3 plus 1 by 3, and for similarly for 2 you'll get log of 2 plus 1 by 2, right? So you have log of 10 by 3 up minus log of 5 by 2. So log a minus log b, it gives you log a upon b. So 10 by 3 into 2 by 5 cancels out, so you get 4 by 3. So you have log 4 minus log 3, which is correct option number 2, right? So option 2 is the correct answer for this question. So basic integration problem, and we are done with it. Quickly move to question number 20. If a, b, c are 3 vectors such that this happens, a and b are unit vectors, that means their magnitude is 1, c ka magnitude is 2, what is the angle between b and c? Okay, so we have b plus c equals to minus a. I can take modulus both sides, the magnitude of these vectors, but the magnitude of a is 1, so this will be 1. Okay, what if I square both sides? So then I will have magnitude of b square plus magnitude of c square plus 2 times b dot c equals to 1. Now I have magnitude of b is just 1, so this is just 1. Magnitude of c is just 2, so that will give me 2 square 4 plus 2 times b dot c, right? Now what is b dot c? B dot c is just magnitude of b, magnitude of c cos theta, where theta is the angle between b and c. So 1 cancels out. Then 4 equals to minus 2 times what is magnitude of b1, magnitude of c 2, so that will be 2 times cos theta. So that means cos theta equals to minus 1. And where theta gives you minus 1, it is 180 degrees. So cos 180 degrees minus 1. So option 4 is the correct answer. I hope this makes sense. Easy question again from vectors. Let's move to question number 21. So greatest integer x function, okay, greatest integer function. So this is not continuous and not differentiable at integers, right? So this is not continuous, not differentiable at integers. Okay, so here he is using this function option in C. So this is not continuous, not differentiable. So first let's get this. So he's saying it is differentiable everywhere except at 0. No, this is false. It is continuous everywhere. No, this is false. It is not differentiable at x equals to 1. Yes, it is true, because 1 is an integer and this is not differentiable at integers. And he's saying it's differentiable at 1. No. So this matches with third. So C matches with third. So option 2 is incorrect. Okay, next. What about x minus, x mod x? X mod x. So x mod x. Mod x is continuous, x is continuous, so their product is continuous. So x mod x is continuous, right? And it is differentiable everywhere. Okay, so it is differentiable everywhere also. So if it is continuous and differentiable everywhere, so he's saying it is differentiable everywhere except at 0. No, this is false, because this is differentiable everywhere. It is differentiable at x equals to 1. Yes, it is true. So D matches with second and fourth. It is continuous everywhere. Yes, so second and fourth are correct for option D. Okay, let's see. So option 4 is incorrect because it says D matches with 1. So D does not match with 1. So this is incorrect. So D has to match with 4, right? Because in the other two options, if you see, D matches with 4, D matches with 4. So D has to match with 4. Okay, so D matches with 4. It is differentiable at x equals to 1. Now we are left with A and B only. So A matches with 1 and B matches with 2. Okay, so we are left with only 2 options. Now what about x minus mod x? So modulus of x is not differentiable at 0, right? So it is not differentiable at 0. So it is differentiable everywhere except at 0, right? Okay, so B matches with 1 and it is continuous everywhere because modulus function are always continuous. So A matches with 2, A matches with 2, B matches with 1. So this is correct, this is incorrect. So option 3 must be the correct answer, okay, for this question. Okay, let's move to another one, question number 22. Here we need to find integrating factors of these differential equations and match up with this. Okay, so let's do the second one first because this seems easy. Okay, so what about dy by dx? Okay, how do we find integrating factor? First we convert it into a linear equation, dy by dx plus py equals to q, and then what is the integrating factor? Then you write integrating factor as e to the power integration of p, right? So this is the integrating factor. So first convert it into dy by dx form. So what is dy by dx form? So it will be 2x minus 3y, right? 3y upon x. Okay, so dy by dx plus 3y over x equals to 2x, right? Now this is our p, right? 3 over x. So here p equals to 3 over x. The coefficient of y is just p. Okay, so what is integrating factor? It will be e to the power 3 over x dx. So it is e to the power 3 times log x, which is e to the power log x cube. And what is e to the power log x cube? It is just x cube. Okay, so this matches with fourth. So second one matches with fourth. So second matches with 4, b matches with 4. So option 3 incorrect, option 1 incorrect, b matches with 4. Okay, then let's talk about a1 and a3. Okay, so a matches with either 1 or 3. So let's find out what about a. So this is the differential equation in a. So let's convert it into dy by dx form. So dy over dx will be y plus 2x square whole divided by x. Okay, then you have dy over dx minus y over x equals 2x, right? So where p equals to minus 1 by x, what will be integrating factor? Again, e to the power p dx. So e to the power minus 1 by x, which gives you log x. And what is e to the power log 1 by x? It is 1 by x. So a matches with 1. So if a matches with 1, then 2 is the correct answer, 4 is the incorrect answer, right? So we have solved 2 differential equations out of these 4 and we are done. Okay, so let's move to next question. Next question is related to functions. Question number 23. F is a function from natural numbers to natural numbers. Okay, so what he's saying, you have natural numbers, then if n is even, then you have to use this function. If n is odd, you have to use this function. So where is f of 1 going? So where is 1 going? If n is odd, you have to use n plus 1. So it will be 1 plus 1, which is 2. And what about f of 2? F of 2 will be, if n is even, you have to use n minus 1. So in even you have to subtract 1, in odds you have to add 1. For odd numbers you have to add 1, for evens you have to subtract 1. Okay, so what about f3? I'll have to add 1. And what about f4? You have to subtract 1. So you get the, okay, so basically every 2 integers are switching their roles. Every 2 natural numbers are switching. So 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 1, 3 goes to 4, 4 goes to 3. Next will be 5 will go to 6 and 6 will go to 5, right? Okay, so this is clearly a 1 1 function. No one is repeating, no value is repeating. So this is clearly an injective function. So here f is injective or the 1 1 function, you can say. So if f is injective, it is not into, right? If f is surjective, yes, f is surjective, because for every natural number you have a pre-image, right? Because all natural numbers are covered here. It's just crisscross type of mapping, right? So f is surjective also. So if it is injective and surjective, it has to be invertible also. So option A, C, D are correct. So fourth option, which says option A, C, D are correct. Okay, so a simple question from functions about injectivity, surjectivity. Let's move to question number 24 quickly. So he's asking about this integration. Let's convert it into sine and cos first. So what about cot? It is cos x upon sine x. So 1 minus cos x divided by sine x. And then in the denominator you have 1 over sine x plus cos x. Okay, so simplify and we'll get 0 to 90 sine x minus cos x upon 1 plus sine x into cos x, and then the dx. Okay, how do we solve these type of and now we can use the property, which is the property like integral. So if you have x, you can replace it by a plus b minus x. What is a and what is b? The upper limit and the lower limit. So upper limit is pi by 2, lower limit is 0. So I can replace x by 90 minus x, right? So if I replace x by 90 minus x, so what I get? So sine x, so 90 minus x, cos x, again 90 minus x, dx over, okay, you have the subtraction in the middle. So 1 plus sine of 90 minus x and then cos of 90 minus x. Okay, so what is sine 90 minus theta? It is cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta, sine theta. So that will give us cos of x minus sine of x over 1 plus sine x into cos x dx, right? So what if I add these two integrals, this one and this one? So the denominator are same, right? On the left side I'll get 2i. The denominator is same, so I can simply add the numerator. So sine x cancels out, cos x cancel out, you'll get 0. So the value of this integral must be 0, which is option 1, right? So which is the correct answer. Next, move to question number 25. You have a random variable, you have the probabilities. Okay, so x px, so the sum of probabilities should be 1. Okay, so let's quickly do this. So k plus 2k plus 3k should be 1. Sum of probabilities is always 1, so that means 6k equals to 1 and k equals to 1 by 6. So k matches with 4. Okay, so a matches with 4. This is the only option where a is matching with 4. Rest all of them are incorrect. Okay, so we can simply just take one option and then move ahead. So I guess all these questions make sense, all these solutions make sense to you. So let's wrap this up today. So we'll see you again in the next video, the remaining question with the remaining questions, and keep practicing till then.